Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
J360 Radio.
Hello, J360 Legion, and welcome to a J360 MiniByte, hosted by J.M. Brady. I am your host, J.M. Brady. Let's get into it. Hey, everybody, we made it to 1 year of production. How about that, huh? You know, this series is interesting. You know, it was originally just made as a supplement to both the J-Man Show and the Cyclone, but it managed to grow on its own, you know, give you guys at least 10 to 15 minutes of content to talk about to get you prepared for what's to come. But more than that, it's not just an appetizer anymore. It actually helps and grows on its own. And I just love the way this series has been going. And who would have thought that on the 30th episode in the middle of R&D month, that it actually grew a year older. I mean, you know, and at one time, everything was experimental. Like, it had a different production cycle than the other shows did. And for a while there, you know, I was kind of on and off about it. But, it's safe to say that the J360 MiniBytes are happily staying in the canon of things. Not to mention that, you know, it gives me something to talk about for, like, what's breaking and what's going to happen. Because things happen all the time, you know? Instead of, like, you guys waiting in the middle of the week for the J-Man Show, the Cyclone, or even J360 Radio Live. And not only that, while I'm sitting here working on some R&D, because I'm using the portable setup right now to communicate with you all on the issue, you know, as a matter of fact, I'm wondering where else I can take this series. And since January is always R&D month, you saw not too long ago, I'm sure some of you have, where, you know, the sign does the whole switcheroo and stuff. Yeah, it's the random mode here. There's a shuffle mode in the company now. So I actually enjoyed that. I even got a pinwheel to spin. But, you know, you'll see more of that as the year develops. I've noticed a few things that have been going on in the entertainment news. The Morbius trailer dropped. I'm excited for it, even though there were times where Jared Leto was on his melodrama moments when it came to a certain iconic role, you know, the Joker. And I see a lot of you are mad about what's going on with the Oscars, even though the Oscars have always had this problem. I mean, there's no people of color being nominated, and then there's no women director projects being nominated. And I'm not going to take away from Joaquin Phoenix's performances for the Joker. All the awards that the Joker has and are getting, or are nominated for, I should say, those are rightfully so. And then, of course, you got Avengers Endgame. That's nominated for 2 different awards. Anything in there that's not owned by Disney that isn't getting anything? Because, you know, at the end of the day, no matter how many different products it is, it's all going back to the same house. You know, among a lot of things. And I mean, everybody knows this, right? Like, you can't look at it and say, oh yeah, it's so diverse, it's so open. It's like, yeah, no, that's not how a monopoly works. But then you have other people that are already mad at them because of different takes. I mean, at least the Golden Globes gave you something to look forward to. You know, but there are people that are still mad at a certain host for speaking his mind on the issues. And, hey, it goes deeper than that. Lizzo was in the news because we just can't learn to not ignore that person. You got to understand, right? I tried to listen to one of her songs, and much like listening to a Billie Eilish song, I'm still wondering what the appeal is. Matter of fact, Jillian Michaels was on a podcast not too long ago, and they said, isn't it great to embrace Lizzo for celebrating her body positivity? But, you know, Miss Michaels, she went ahead and spoke her point of view on are we cherishing and praising diabetes and all? Is she still going to be great when her foot's lopped off or if she has the disease? So she's under fire for that. Even though at the same time, you'll realize Jillian Michaels back in the early 2000s, wasn't she that one person from The Biggest Loser? And, while she had a very Gordon Ramsay-esque kind of approach to things, she saved a lot of people's lives by changing them to having healthier outlooks and healthier things to do instead of just sitting there and, being gelatinous and having those problems. She saved a lot of lives. But you see, once again, people are looking at this a lot differently. Like I said about the whole body positivity movement, there is some good with it because you should enjoy who you are. But there's some bad about it because you see certain people don't realize that, while we're praising this stuff, there are people out there that really need to hear what they don't want to hear and try to change a few things. Try to really work on themselves. And that's not to say that, being big like that is unhealthy. Maybe she is healthy. Maybe Lizzo is healthy. Who knows? She ain't good for me. She ain't good for a lot of us because of the crap she does. But you see, the best way to handle that sort of situation is not to invest in it. And you see, while she's standing there with this gold bikini that really, it just looks a hot mess. I mean, like, I've seen the latest from this woman, and I'm like, is this even about the music, or is this about how much attention you can give someone like this? Think about it sometimes. Do we care about them because of their craft or the way they look? Because for a while there, I didn't even know her music. I just knew she was at the Lakers game, and she's a brave woman for sitting practically bare ass on them wearing that thong and sitting on stadium seats. Now, unless you have not worked in a stadium, you really don't know how clean that stuff is. And God, more power to her. Just more power to her. Just stay over there. Do what you do. I don't really care. But I do know this much. When it comes to certain people's opinions, I mean, what do you expect Jillian Michaels to say? Like, oh yeah, I'm going to agree with all that's going on. I'm going to significantly support this, just like other people who, instead of telling you whether it's a good movie or a bad movie based on their point of view, I mean, so many people are afraid to hear the negative of things. They want to hear positive all the time and all that stuff. It's like, that's not the real world. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't always get what we want. Sometimes we don't get to hear what we want to hear. Sometimes we're just not everybody's friend. And a matter of fact, a lot of people nowadays just are not adhering to that. I mean, I gotta give our society one thing, right? Instead of just trying to make things right and do the right thing, they will go that extra mile. They will climb that hill to just keep screwing things up above and beyond. Like how certain people are like, you shouldn't fail. You should just be pushed to pass. Don't even try to work as hard as anybody else does. Don't even try to even pay for college or whatever. You know what I mean? Let's hand it to you. Let's give you free stuff. Because guess what? That's how people appreciate things, right? Let's just go ahead and cave to pressure and all it's oh my God. Postmodern life does not make sense, man. At the end of the day, it's like you gotta fight for something. You gotta sacrifice, have a little initiative, and nobody said that one way or another you're gonna get it all of relative ease and everything. Because see, people don't appreciate stuff unless they work hard enough for it. Unless there's a struggle there. It's like, you could say that you are horrible at working on certain content, but you get better as you keep trying. Or you could go ahead and kiss up to people and get a free pass that way because that's just how people do it sometimes, right? And, you got some people that feel as though that is the way to make it. And it's not. It's a way to cheapen the deal. It's a way to when you're bypassing everything, eventually it's going to come and catch up with you. Like all this stuff that Lizzo does or any of this stuff that all these big time celebrity does. I think Patrick Mahomes was in the news or something like that. Speaking about George Zimmerman was innocent to him once again, people with money will say certain things either because they really believe that, or on another circumstance, they'll say it because the question was thrown at them or somebody has their take on it, and it might not be the best take. And then sometimes it's just a trap. Now, do I think Patrick Mahomes' gameplay style is bad? Do I think that Patrick Mahomes kind of bit off more than what he chewed in that interview? Oh, yeah, I think he did. But at the same time, that's just his opinion. It doesn't override anything I do. It doesn't pay my bills or anything. Just like what Jillian Michaels said about Lizzo. Because one thing, that's a celebrity I don't pay attention to. Dealing with a celebrity I really don't care about. Mixed in a world whose appeals of certain things I once again don't understand. You know what I mean? It's just like seeing James Corden and all his stuff. Like with Marvelous Miss Maisel now being in the MCU. Everybody was running around with that news story today because he allegedly was comparing her to Marvel and all. I mean, like, at the end of the day, sometimes the man gets on my nerves, but then there are times where it's like, you know what? He's pretty funny. So, you know, it's like a little if and if, but I just noticed this. Even if that joke was funny at one time, it got to the point where it was pushed repeatedly, and now it's just despicable. Kind of like that cat meme back in 2019 with the two ugly women pointing at it and stuff, and that cat looking all confused like, what? Yeah, little thing like that. Anyway, I've already bit your ear off enough on these certain trivial things, because things have been kind of dry, unless you want to talk about the whole, you know, fiasco with the politics and everything regarding Nancy Pelosi finally signing the articles of impeachment. I'm not going to get into that, you know. I'm just not. Because at the end of the day, this isn't the J-Man show, and another thing is that it's only going to get crazier from here. Because there's still that whole issue of what to deal with when it comes to Iran. And not only this, we also have that phase 1 deal with China, allegedly. So I got to see how those certain things go. And for those of you that have been asking me lately, is the cyclone coming back? Yeah, I'm working on it again. It'll be back next year. And speaking of which, I'm trying to work on getting some certain situations together. Have I changed in my ideas of the Philadelphia Eagles going back to another Super Bowl? Hell no. My birds are going back. Matter of fact, they're going to go back again and again. It might not be in sequence. It might not be every year. But you know what? I think, yeah, we're going to be up there soon. Because you know why? Because a lot of other teams talk so much serious trash saying that the Eagles are only going to be a one and done. And they're not. I stand by it. Yeah, I'll say it again. They're not. Yeah, but also, since we're moving into the NBA sessions and the MLB sessions, I mean, soon enough it'll be that time again. And I still have 14 weeks to go until I finally get my degree, so I'll be able to cover as much more as possible here. But despite it all, you know, I'll still be doing the MiniBytes, I'll still be doing the J-Man Show, and J360 Radio Live will come around. For those of you that actually want to be a part of that, like I said, email me, let me know, so I can get you all locked in and stuff, because, hey, that's going to be open towards you all. And I've also been working with the Hotline. I'm going to be testing that out again. And those of you, as we're doing the show, you can call in sometime and, you know, just keep it clean a little bit. Like, there's two shows in the J360 Radio canon, you know, that you got to kind of watch your mouth on. But the other two, oh yeah, all bets are off. But until then, though, that's it for the J360 MiniBytes today. I mean, I'm just thankful that we managed to get another year in. We got more to go. I'm hoping that this show actually catches to the J-Man show in some ways. But until then, though, this is the J-Man signing off. You all take it easy. And the J-Man show will be around tomorrow night at 9. All right? Peace.
Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.